excited.
link to you immediately as soon
Yeah,
as it
so
comes.
that will happen. It's not a case of if, it's a case of when. It's just over there. It's coming back in a moment. Also, let
Yes,
me know
only
when
one.
we are live and if we are live. Is it live? So people can actually hear me. All right, we have Falsebay College in V-Chaster.
Be sent in the group.
Falsebay College playing from left to right.
Oh, and they're playing from the back.
Sending it straight to you. I don't have my phone's over there.
Oh,
Oh, and they're working the line. Number 2. What is this team's name again?
Send it.
The team.
Falsebay versus
V-Chaster under pressure here. Hard press.
Oh, and they're playing back from the keeper. Doing a bit of build-up play from the back. They lost the ball. Oh, and perfectly intercepted.
Leroy on the ball now. Scanning the field. Big switch play. Successfully landed. Definitely opportunity here for V-Chaster. Fantastic clearance. And now we have Falsebay on the counter. V-Chaster holding a high line. Yeah, I've been talking. Have you been hearing anything? Sure. Also helps me to know how loud I'm supposed to be talking.
One sends a long ball. Oh, and a bit of skill from the V-Chaster player. And they're moving forward.
A lot of scrappiness in the midfield.
Oh, and they're playing back.
Now
That is
V-Chaster
certainly what you
looking
do
to
not want to
recycle
do
and restabilize
when
play,
when
but
the score
Falsebay
is
have pressed them
0-0
off
and you need a
again.
goal.
Playing a very high pressure 3-5-2 here.
Oh, and
Fantastic
a through
overlaps
ball.
on the outside, but it looks like this is going to get sealed out and denied.
Oh, and blocked
Great
perfectly by
strength
the
from the
V-Chaster
V-Chaster centre
defender.
back. Smiles all around.
And he
Ulela
sends it
on
to
the
the
ball
left
now.
back. Oh, and Amo is pressing.
Nice internal rotation, looking to build, but they go
Oh,
straight
and what a ball
forward.
from the V-Chaster
Cornelian
number 10.
behind here,
Oh, is he going to do it himself?
but
Oh,
the
no.
Falsebay cover is strong. Great
Sending
development,
it wide.
opportunity on the right.
Oh, and
Cleaned up
perfect
nicely by
into
the
the
Falsebay
keeper's
keeper.
hands.
Oh, did you send the link in the group already?
Is it working?
And he sends it to the winger again.
Good opportunity here for Falsebay.
Oh, and what a ball.
Numbers
Is he
up on the
offside? No,
outside.
he's not.
There's an overlap. Can
Oh,
he
and
turn
he beats his
inside? Yes,
man.
he can.
And he has a goal.
Shot release, but
And
incredible defending from
the
V-Chaster.
defender blocks it.
Ball circles back out with a large open field to attack. Neat interplay, but it looks like they're going to recycle this one from here. Falsebay winning the ball for the third time in the high regions.
Campus playing it
Their
back.
pressure really paying today.
Is he going to run with it? Or is he going to
Opportunities
pass?
floating at the far post again.
He runs with it. He runs with it. He needs to send it into the box.
Second ball in the box available.
Oh, and the players putting their body on the line.
For Falsebay.
Oh, and he sends it to the winger. Oh, and he beats the defender.
Leroy trying to get
nice
in
work
game,
done
not
by
Fishhook's
defender.
A nice ball fed though.
Oh, and again,
sealed out well
the
by the
defender.
Falsebay right-hand centre back. Quick development
And
here
as you
from
can see,
Falsebay, and a lovely
Fishhook
ball out
strikers
line, which
waiting on the
lands
ball.
its man. Options inside.
One slip.
Question mark on the foul. But V-Chaster get away with it and put the ball into touch.
And it's a Fishhook throw-in.
Mature defending from V-Chaster there.
He needs to send this ball into the box. And the keeper sends it long. And back to
Ooh.
and a handball it is
Handball,
since the ref.
unfortunate. Turn over to V-Chaster who get another go at this build-up. Developing another good overlap on the open side. Falsebay's formation should offer a good counter
And
to this, but
perfectly
they're pressing
intercepted
so high that the wingbacks are often
by the
caught out
Bishop
of position.
defender.
And corner
The
flag
V-Chaster
opportunities
players
are
have
becoming an
certainly been
option for
keeping Bishop
V-Chaster if they
campus
don't realize how to
defenders on their
capitalize
toes.
on them. Big throw from V-Chester. All falling short though, and a quick counter available to Falsebay, who's
And he's
sending
gonna run
many
with it, he's
numbers
gonna run
forward.
with it,
Options
and he
same
sends
side
it into the
line.
space.
If he has the
Amo is
pace to
attacking the
reclaim this,
space.
he's got a double up at the far stick, but it's got to be
And
a
he
good
sends it into the
delivery, and
box.
unfortunately, the good
Unfortunately, it
delivery
was
was
not
not
enough.
available. Unfortunate there from Amo, the wingback of Falsebay College.
Okay.
Incredible engine from that player, though.
Oh, I didn't get any link.
I don't want.
And a fish throw in it is. And well cleared
Strong
by the
defensive header from
V-Chester player.
V-Chester, who are taking a moment to breathe and settle the game in. Clearly concerned by that quick counter a moment ago. Foul, an interesting opportunity here for Falsebay. If they have a good delivery to the far post, they might have an
He's
option.
going to try to find his man
Already
in
shown
the
their
box.
ability to make use of their height, or at least attempt to make use of it with big switch plays this game. Let's see if they can extract further
And the referee
advantage
just
from it
making
here.
sure that the ball is standing at the 10-yard line. Is he going to send into the box, or is he going to go for glory himself? Oh, and he's trying to find his man. Oh, awesome effort from the Fishhook number 7, and he got hurt while doing it.
Great goalkeeping in the end as well, because that was a high risk moment to come out low like that. But he did manage to clean the ball up.
And the Fishhook number 7 is down. He's going to need some medical attention.
This is looking like an ankle. That could be a big problem.
I hope it's not serious. He's going to have a bit of a timeout.
The star man will be back shortly. And V-Chester get us going again. Clear options out to Bulela on the left. But they
Will
choose
Fisher
not
be
to
able
take
to
it.
cope with a man short for the time being? Oh, and he's back on the field. That look painful. That look painful. What does the ref say?
Accidental foul. That should just be waved off with a caution. The defender unfortunately slipped as contact came in. V-Chester player knew how to make the most of it in the end.
You certainly don't want too much of those.
Oof.
And the keeper has a bit of the ball. Oh, the Winchester player tried to keep it in.
Asking a lot with that distribution.
So if you were on the field, would you have played that ball backwards, or would you have want to attack the? instead.
I think for V-Chester right now, the opportunity does come from playing backwards because Falsebay have got a really solid press, but they're also overexposing on it. So if V-Chester can find a way to survive the first bit of pressure and then look out wide to the wings, they'll be able to find a little bit of space in behind the Falsebay defense, but they can't delay. And I think that's their problem right now is when they do go out to the wings, they're not pushing it fast enough or hard enough. They need to be more urgent with it.
So they've been trying to do it with a building up of the play from the back, but most of the time they've been playing in their own half as well.
Mm. Opportunities can come from one's own half, but it is certainly correct that Falsebay, I mean, we've just watched them handle another, I think that's the fifth reclaim so far this game from high pressure, resulting in a lot of scrappy second ball that they can capitalize on. So Falsebay definitely looking like they have the measure of this game so far. The risk is just going to be whether they can keep it tight in transition and whether they can keep hold of their concentration. So that's what's going to get tough as it gets hot and everyone gets tired.
Good players, they will be tested. They will be tested. But one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to have majority of the position. Can't convert it. Exactly. Just keep into the play again. The back availing himself. Oh, and sends the ball out trying to beat his man.
Nice opportunity here for Falsebay. Unfortunately, that turn didn't come off.
So it went to waste.
And V-Chester on a strong
Is he
counter here.
onside? Is
They
he
might have
onside?
an opportunity.
Oh, and the linesman raised his flag. That is the advantage of Fishhook. They've been playing this high line.
Mm. If V-Chester get that timing right, though, or if they start that run from a bit deeper, there could be problems.
Yeah, they could. They could.
There's a clear overlap on the right if Falsebay can spot it. But
He's
V-Chester now
requesting for the
pulling
ball,
their line up,
and
and
he
there we go,
tries
and
to
they do
find
spot
his
it.
man into the space. Comes in.
Well played.
Oh, and into the keeper. He might have
Necessary
got too much
safety.
on that. Oh, and nicely won. Oh, and again offside. Number 9 should definitely watch his line.
Leroy's kicking himself for trying to take that man on. Yeah, not
Oh,
playing fast enough, not getting wide enough, quick enough, not looking to go direct enough. So they just lost the opportunity.
and what I've witnessed, if you're creating majority of the chances and you're not converting into goals, it just takes the opponent one or two chances and they score. So then Fisher would be definitely trying to getting an equalizer, and that's not you want to stay ahead. You want to stay ahead in this game.
I think you always have to be careful that if you've got the opportunities to score and you're not scoring, that can be almost as devastating as conceding in and of itself because the heads go down. You start to feel like you don't have the rub of the green. You start to anticipate conceding before you've even conceded. And then you see the mistakes starting to creep in when everyone gets a little too nervous. It's a thing you've got to stay away from and just keep calm.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Is the coach forced to make a change now? It looks like they will be continuing with 10 men.
Sia on the ball. Lela, back to Sia. Recycling through the goalkeeper. Back to Sia.
Oh, and
Oof, and
great
well
bit of
pressed
pressure.
line. I think I might have to take back what I said about playing deep and pulling the pressure onto them because Falsebay is just viciously effective with it right now.
Definitely pressing.
Nice little move though to release Leroy, but he doesn't really have options.
And is he going to send
They
it
need to
back to
come
him?
back to the same channel and then they need to switch
Oh, and
hard to
back
the other
again, back
side.
again, back again. And he's going to do 1-2. Oh, got fouled in the process.
A little unfortunate in the challenge there.
They need to give the players some space
So asking for the ball. Back to Leroy.
or some pressure from the Fishhook striker.
And trying to take his man on slightly too much, slightly delaying the ball speed. I think what he needs to do is look to release a little quicker in his half and then try and get onto the ball and dribble with it more in the opposition half. He's putting pressure on himself and his teammates by losing his passing opportunities, hanging on too much in his own half right now.
Oh, a bit of an aerial battle there. Eh? I hope the V-Chaster team is not feeling intimidated by the pace of Falsebay and the way they're sending the ball forward. So now they not playing in their own pace. They're trying to try to play the pace of Fishhook's game. And what you want to do is you want to control the game.
In the end, I think they're lucky that that ball got called back for the foul because Falsebay's left wing back had acres of space free and the ball was heading right out for him. V-Chaster getting a little lucky there.
Is he gonna go wide again?
Yeah, beautifully timed.
Oh, and nicely over the head.
Offside though.
V-Chaster players definitely playing the offside trap well.
Yeah, and that one was tight.
I have to commend the linesman on that one.
Mm.
Fishing on that. Oh, and the number 9 wanting to do it himself, but not a bad effort.
Strong. Nearly letterboxing that near post. That could also be part of that problem. When you don't score and you get the opportunities, you start to get snatchy, you start to go and you need to maybe get the extra pass in. To see how it develops here.
Because the head man open, he could have paused, and that tends to frustrate players.
It does. All being said, quite clearly to me that Falsebay have the dominance right now. Although very nice development here from V-Chaster. That should get
And
swept by
that's
the keeper.
safely into the keeper's hands.
Oh, beautiful distribution. If this can get a flick.
Oh, we almost flicked it on.
Opportunities inside, well spotted. Unfortunate on that header, though. This can be recycled wide. Opportunities will open up.
The back. Oh, and a snake bite from Fishhook's number 3. And there it starts. If players is not passing, they're getting frustrated. They're wasting their chances.
Yeah, you see it.
Oh, and he finds his winger. He's onside, and he keeps in.
And there you go. Leroy deploying a little bit of skill in the opposition's half and managing to almost get the pass away. Just needs to be disciplined, wait until he gets to the opposition's half before he starts using that. But Falsebay on a big counter here if they can corner flag it. Lucky on the
What a through ball.
well timed. That was close. We live.
Oh, must be a real chance. Must be a real chance. Yeah. And that is what I've been talking about. And V-Chaster had one chance,
Yes.
and they certainly used it.
You want.
And they got Bishop Campos on the back foot.
You want to chat about this game? Come get in. Land if you want. Go for it. That was quite a goal.
That was the thing that we were speaking about.
Yeah.
Not using opportunities, the opposition got the chance.
Yeah.
And they used it.
And now that's acid. That's gonna sit in the mind of the Falsebay players, having had so much early dominance.
And now they're gonna try to rush the play.
It might work though. This is the other thing. Because I think just a little bit of increased pace could really unsettle V-Chaster, but
It seems like the Fishhook players they have the legs to play at this high pace.
throw in almost worked. Looked slightly like a misread from the midfielders, dropping short when they wanted to play long. Big crossfield ball. Well weighted.
Oh,
Buying the foul.
and the linesman says
Potentially.
nothing. Play goes
Linesman
on.
has allowed it to continue. That was good play from Falsebay, though. Almost getting there. Lovely pressure. Good exchange. Ref has allowed it to go.
Oh, perfectly intercepted.
The V-Chaster left back was optimistic there if he thought he was going to get that. Lovely ball out to Leroy on the left. Cutting inside. Getting denied again. And he really has his number today. Nice flick. Falsebay onside in the break. Losing options though. Only one in the box. Very speculative cross, but almost managing to land to its man. Studs were down in that challenge. V-Chaster were right to try and look for the foul, but not coming their way. And a lovely delivery from Leroy, straight in behind. V-Chaster with the opportunity if they can stay strong. And a half volley that does not work. But a beautifully structured attack from V-Chaster there. A yellow card for the Falsebay number 8. I think for the earlier challenge. A recap for those of you just joining, it is 1-0 to V-Chaster at the moment. Falsebay certainly with the lion's share of possession and territory though, pressing aggressively hard, but not managing to convert their opportunities just yet, taking them slightly too rushed, slightly too early. Good far post delivery there by V-Chaster, and they're going to put it back in the mixer with a good header. Unluckily over the bar though. Slowing play down. Falsebay looking long. Another opportunity here. V-Chaster sealing it out nicely, though, dropping their midfielders into the defensive line just to give that little extra bit of support. They seem to have got Falsebay's number now, working out how they're wanting to play. There's opportunity here on the right for V-Chaster. Unfortunately breaking down, though, and Falsebay are now on the counter. Opportunities on the open side, and they hit it. Slightly lucky with that deflection, V-Chaster, but ultimately good defending a man down on a big break. Wayward touch by Falsebay gives V-Chaster an opportunity to develop from deep. Overcomplicating though and slightly losing it before the exchange in midfield gives it back. And it looks like that'll settle play with a throw in. The V-Chaster man has gone down though. It looks like there might have been an accidental contact around the head area. A reminder for all of you watching that we're about 30 minutes behind schedule at the moment. And Ngutjane with the rest of the Afghan players have just arrived for warm-up. Chester trying a hopeful ball in, but Falsebay on the counter, and again there's an open side opportunity if it's used. Tidy near side pass. Oh, unfortunately he didn't commit to the inside where the defender had really left a gaping hole, and the defense managed to clear for a Falsebay throw. Man is incensed with the linesman there, but I think they were both leaning very hard into that challenge. It would be a tough call to give it against V-Chaster. Real physical exchange there in midfield, but V-Chaster get the ball back and look to recycle. Falsebay's pressure, though, paying, and they have the ball in the transition. Unluckily, an offside called by the linesman. Offside was called, but the ref let it play out. It was such a good run. It was so close. V-Chaster goalkeeper going to offer shorts. No, they're going long now. It's interesting. It looks like the territory that they've given up is starting to weigh on them a little. This is unlike V-Chester to go so direct. I think they've identified that there's the Falsebay wingbacks are a little high, and there is that opportunity just to get one-on-ones with their defensive line. And I think they're just trying to stress them a little now and just see how calm, how collected they can be. It is very unusual, though, for V-Chester to be looking at such a long game.
And you can see that the wingers has so they will want to be looking to exploit them.
A lovely return flick. You can see what he was trying to do there, but he has to lace that if he wants to thread it through. Put a little bit of outside spin on it.
It's not like Falsebay taking the ball forward. I think the players want on it. They just get a touch too much on it.
Yeah. Oh. And there is frustration all around with that one. A beautiful ball into the half space channel. I think that was by Sia, the V-Chester defense, having just turned his man. But Leroy didn't put it home in the end anyway and was flagged for offside. Falsebay also looking to go real long now and test that V-Chester defense, and it is set a little high. If this keeper has range, they can drop it in the sweet spot here. Beautiful, low, sloping delivery. Good strength from Falsebay. Unfortunately, losing the exchange, though. Tidy midfield work. Was V-Chester really looking confident now with numbers and a good run. Good delivery, half volley, another half volley. Oh, what a goal! Leroy, the magic man. Exactly. Yeah. It's all in the heads now. But I've seen Falsebay come back. I've seen Falsebay come back before. I've seen them do it in the tournament. It is. Yeah. Never count them out. Never count them out. Manchester have just lifted the pace that little bit in attack, and it's causing problems. Mm. And they weren't early in the game. It was clean, it was tight. but suddenly now that little increase in ball speed, some internal rotations, you can see Leroy's coming inside a bit. They're pushing the fullback slightly higher on the left, and that's just creating the overload that can then bounce between midfield and forward line. Nice line option available. Well done. Great execution. That is very hard to get right. Potentially slowing play down too much, though. Oh, yeah. It's just bogged down, and there you go. Yeah, needs to be fast. Need to push that in quicker. There was an opportunity for an early delivery. The line ball was so good from that outside centre back all the way up. Was delivered first time into that sort of D area. Two open side forwards were ready to run onto it.
Oi.
Thank you.
No, I only set up one set. I only put it on one set. That's why.
Brian. Brian.
All right. Falsebay College attempting to overturn a 2-0 deficit here as we draw towards the end of the first half. Falsebay with all the territory, all the pressing success so far, a lot of attacking acumen, and sadly no goals. Looks like Leroy has picked up a card though for dissent. V-Chaster drawing a high line here, but clearly undermanned.
Listen, where's your phone?
Delivery a little too direct. A little fumble, but clears it out. Slowing the game down. Feeding out to the right, but nothing available there. That Falsebay press, vicious again. And it's a sketchy option out to fullback, but well controlled. And that Falsebay press yielding results again. High pressure. V-Chaster working their way out, but it looks like we've got head injuries on the field. Clash in that last exchange. The game will be drawn to a pause for a moment. We might have a problem here with the nose contact. And we're back underway. Just finding some product out right with a lot of space. Pull forward into the half space, and it looks like they've managed to almost. But Falsebay getting a little tidier, a little tighter, a little cleaner there in that deep cover. So if you're just joining us, V-Chaster have a 2-0 lead so far. We're about to draw the first half to a close. Falsebay managing to see some success in that midfield exchange. They've got numbers up and an opportunity at the far post, but they slow the attack down again and look to shoot just that pass too early. Switch option finally spotted, inside available. Quick snap, roulette, third turn. Unlucky not to see some product, but I think that's going to really help motivate the Falsebay players. And they do with a strong press. Ball into the middle, cleared well by V-Chaster, but there's an opportunity to hit from range here. Instead, they cycle wide. Oh, too many skills, and again, that attack just breaks down, bogs down, slows down. Falsebay slightly victims of their own ambition here, trying too hard, needing to simplify things.
And as we witness now, one of Falsebay's wingers is again trying to do too much.
They got a free kick on him.
I never witnessed it yet.
Oh, and not too bad. That wall doing the job.
It is. It's a good effort. It's a good effort. They won a corner.
This is exciting for me because I do see a little bit of aerial advantage for Falsebay if they've got the guts to use it. They just need to be strong in here. If they float this in high enough, they should get priority. Leroy is tall, but he's not a defender. I don't think he's going to put in much stick here.
Fisher, they need to get them. Okay, try the
corner there.
different set piece.
There we go. Put it in the mix. Keeper almost fumbles it. Honestly, that nearly worked. I think that's the thing. And that draws the first half to a close. We have a 2-0 lead for V-Chaster as they go into the sheds. Falsebay with everything to work out here. Having had more territory, more possession, more attacking opportunities, and a lot more pressing pressure. But sadly, not more goals.
So, if you were the Fisher coach, what would you be telling your players at the half time?
It's a $1 million question right now. I think so much of this is coming down to players slightly losing their heads and just needing to simplify the game. So much of this is just take the opportunities, simplify the game, be a little direct, stop bogging down the attack by trying to take men on. You don't need to. You're generating such good flows. And of those forward players, somebody always needs to drop. Somebody needs to offer that back pass option so that you can get the ball from the wide area back into the middle. And they're doing the job stretching the V-Chaster defense. They're just not getting the ball back in from there.
Most definitely, most definitely.
I'm going to head over to the V-Chester bench and see if I can grab Caleb and see what his thoughts are on the game so far.
No problem. So the V-Chaster.
So it's Caleb here from V-Chester, and you have a nice 2-0 lead at halftime. How are you guys feeling? 3-0? Did I miss one? Oh my gosh. Okay, 3-0 lead at halftime. How are you guys feeling so far in this game?
So far, we're feeling quite ecstatic. We thought it would be a more difficult game. Coming to game, definitely prepared for crunch match, but so far it's working well for our side. And second half, we just need to close the game off. Maybe score two more or something like that. Break up the goal difference. Close the game.
Are you at all concerned about Falsebay's ability to come back? They've done it before. They've seen 3-0 leads overturned in the past. Are you worried about that, or do you think you guys have got this?
Well, I mean,
Is he gonna change the tactic,
to score goals.
or is
They
he gonna go with the same
can
tactic
score goals. They scored
because
a
it's
couple.
been working?
But I believe in my defense, and I believe in the team can close this off.
Do you think you guys are going to be trying to make some changes in defense, given that their high pressure has been really aggressive? Are you going to try capitalize on it, or are you just going to keep going as per?
We would love to make changes in the defense, but unfortunately, most of our defenders aren't really fit. As I am also a defender, I'm not fit. Not really fit. So the defense that we have right now is just all we have. However, we can strengthen in the midfield and in the attack, and we make sure that we control the game from then on.
Perfect. All right. All the best for the second half. Oh, it was while I wasn't here. All right, just to clarify, and apologies for that, it is 3-0. I was not in the commentary box when the third goal was scored, so I missed that. We're at halftime. V-Chester leading 3-0 to Falsebay. All right, thank you. Is that just music?
game is starting now. From your side, does it seem like the like Vichester made any changes after?
So when I chatted to Caleb, it looked like it was going to be more of the same from them in this half. They're trusting the defense. They also have some defensive injuries at the moment, so this is not actually their first choice backline. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be more of the same, and they were conscious of the fact that Falsebay have a reputation for coming back from deficits. So they're looking at this as an opportunity to go and put another 1 or 2 goals in and run up a difference, both for safety and for the log.
Yeah, true. I do think they need to get at least another one goal to ensure that the game is ready. It
Yeah.
doesn't seem like Fishhook made any changes yet.
All right. It'll be interesting to see if there are any tactical tweaks, though, that come out of this.
Yeah, true, true. I think Vichester want to be going with the tactic that's been working for them.
Oh, big strength there. Nice play out to Leroy. Again, just trying to make that ball move as fast as possible. Leroy is in, and that is settled.
Goal. And it seems like Fishhook had a
Oh,
communication problem.
major communication failure there in defense.
And what the players don't want to be doing is start arguing among each other.
Yeah. V-Chester did not have the numbers there. They just pressured that first interaction. Falsebay defenders turned. Total miscommunication. That ball needed to go back to keeper one time. And they're paying the price now as a result.
That defender definitely had to clear that ball out. But with this pace that Vichester has been playing, I think they should go on with. They shouldn't start playing defensive.
I think if they do, they'll just invite too much pressure and fall apart.
Yeah, true, true. Then it's like they fighting Fishhook into their final half.
You can see the Vichester players are enjoying this now, though.
And they are certainly in no rush.
This is always the thing: is if they get too complacent, they'll let Falsebay back into the game as well. So be interesting to see if they start getting a little selfish, stop moving the ball as fast. This is the moment where the leaders in the team need to step up and say, no, we're here to keep playing football. Every single time that ball moves, it's 0-0 again.
True, and we all know it's not impossible to come from there.
Oh, yeah. We've seen grander comebacks in this league.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Big delivery here from Vichester.
Ball into the box.
Attempting that near post, but just not quite getting it. All right. Structurally, Falsebay look to have changed things around a little.
Oh, I see they brought on a pair of fresh legs on the left wing.
Nice distribution out to that right wing. Is that attack going to get slowed down again? Yeah. There we go. Nice corner flag. Now you got to move quickly. Now you got to drive.
Oh, and what a fake, what a fake.
Well sold, well passed. Oh my goodness.
You certainly want your 9 in that position
Yeah.
on top of the keeper.
Goal open and gaping, and they could not convert. Beautiful work from that left wing, though.
True, true. It seems like his first touch on the ball, and he certainly made an impact.
Also have a player down now. Is this the guy who was just subbed on, or is this one of the starters?
I don't think Fishhook coach want to be forced to make another change because then you have to come with another tactic again.
think that bench is looking a little thin as well.
True, true. And that looks serious. That player is down. But I must say, from the squad that played earlier on in the week against Westlake campus, there's a whole few of those guys missing.
Really.
So, is it the absence of those guys that is playing a role in this game?
Could well be. In so many ways, though, this has been a much fairer contest than that scoreline suggests.
But it was definitely entertaining game this far.
Mm. Falsebay now with all the work to do, though. 4-goal deficit to overcome.
Beginning, it was just Falsebay that was attacking, and now both sides are getting their fair share of chances.
I think the big difference is just every time V-Chaster come forward, they get a shot off, they get a chance.
It seems like they're capitalizing on the mistakes of Fisher Campus.
Yeah. V-Chaster might not be crossing the halfway as easily as Falsebay are, but when they do, they bite a lot harder.
Oh, and he sends into the box. Is the keeper gonna get it? He gets it.
V-Chaster reclaiming that ball and slowing the game down, drawing the pressure out. Not many pass options though, and the keeper sits on it. Showing a little bit of maturity to crush the game now. Big forward distribution.
And that is definitely the type of street smarts that you need in your team.
Big run from the Falsebay wing, but unfortunately no product. Sealed out and is back at the keeper's feet.
Great display of strength from the Winchester defender.
It's going to be interesting to see if they try play their way out of this short or whether they start looking long again. Playing that a little bit longer did help them. Ooh, big exchange.
I think they need to start doing the switch up play again. So how is things looking in the league so far? Who is leading? How's the standings on the log?
Well, Falsebay, of course, sitting in number 2, which means they are the ones with the target on their back right now. V-Chaster had a really rough, humiliating defeat to Lijabatu the other day. Oh my goodness! An opportunity out of nowhere for Falsebay. Wonderful run down the right-hand side, and they finally got the striker in the right place to put it away, and he blazed it directly into the crossbar. And now V-Chaster are coming back with a counter.
And it certainly seems like Brian Williams made the difference in Fisher Campbell's team.
Yep. Falsebay on the ball, cycling through their keeper, trying to encourage V-Chaster to commit forward a little before they too go long. Distribution almost worked, but Falsebay just not setting wide enough in that high area to get onto that long ball.
The Winchester players would want to monitor that left winger carefully. It seems like he's a dangerous player.
And there's a ball straight in the mixer for Leroy.
Is he onside? Linesman's flag stays down.
Tight.
There's a man open.
Oh, does too
And
much.
he's trying to do too much. Seems like Fisher Campus definitely has a bit of momentum now.
That is true. They're starting to believe.
I think they just need that one goal to get going. Oh, that seemed like a handball, but the ref says nothing. Falsebay would want to get this ball as deep as possible. I think he would want to try to find his man wide.
Falsebay on the ball with a big delivery into the mixer. Men under it. Good header. Good save from the keeper. Casual,
Awesome effort.
confident.
Oh, almost intercepted by
Oh,
Amo.
big
Official
cross
keepers.
field pass. Falsebay should clean this up though, unless they lose the second ball. V-Chaster fighting hard for it, managing to reclaim it on their right flank. That will probably be too much though, and Falsebay should clean this up nice.
The keeper has it.
Just confirming V-Chester sitting all the way down in 8th place at the moment on the log with 10 points and 2 glaring losses on their record. Falsebay have not yet lost a game. They are undefeated this year thus far. To find themselves 4-0 down, this must be unfamiliar territory. And V-Chester on a big counter here, but they've run their players offside, needing to slow the attack down. Falsebay cleaning it up nicely, but the second ball has fallen. This could now turn into an opportunity.
Oh, perfect 1-2, perfect 1-2. He's going to send it wide.
Falsebay with good cover though.
Safety first from the Falsebay defender. And V-Chester can definitely use the points. They certainly need the points.
This will bring V-Chester all the way up to 4th place if things remain as they stand. That would put them ahead of SDFC and New Boys, which is a real mark of pride, how organized and well funded that team is.
It's that time of the league where it certainly starts to get interesting.
Definitely. Ball in from V-Chester's right back there, but no product, and that is a rolling ball.
And you can see the keeper trying to exploit the space on the left.
Falsebay player seems to be wanting to dribble his way forward despite clearly having the whistle blown. I would have thought that when you are 4 goals down, you're going to try and get that ball live again as fast as possible, but maybe maybe he needed to just play with his balls a little there.
Most definitely. And it seems like a change is happening.
And V-Chester have just subbed on.
Oh, and it seemed like a real chance for Falsebay campus.
Oh!
And a miss. That's go again.
Oh,
And he just got too much.
amazing
on the
scramble
ball.
defense from V-Chester there. That was a gilt-edged opportunity. I think he just needed to take the power out of that and lift it higher.
Most definitely. Seems like
Another
Falsebay is
opportunity.
quickly
Falsebay,
starting
tuck
to
it away.
win. And they managed to score a goal.
At the near post. Beautiful, beautiful byline cutback. Nice and easy. And this is what Falsebay are known for, is coming back late in the game.
The V-Chester players need to start watching it. Falsebay is definitely finding gaps. They seem to be getting into those pockets.
The Falsebay bench reckoning they've got the energy game at this point. I'm not sure. V-Chester have got a lot of youth in their team. These kids are young; they can run all day. I think it's just that casualness that we were talking about earlier. They're getting complacent. Goal goes in. Now they're a little rattled. If Falsebay get a second goal in quick succession, that will really change this game really fast.
It
It
really
looks
seems
like
like the V-Chester players has decided to relax a bit.
this goalkeeper taking liberties.
Oh,
Ball
and that
falling
one gone off limb.
almost to Falsebay. V-Chaster lucky on the counter.
Oh,
Nice
but the
little
skill.
roulette. They have numbers. They need to use their
Oh,
options, but he is
He's
offside.
offside. The Vichester player needs to time their runs.
Siva just running way ahead of the defender there. If he held that short and slowed down, opportunity would have popped up for him. Still floating offside.
And Falsebay, knowing they don't have time on the side, they decided to take it quick. It did look like a handball to you now.
Absolutely.
Oh, the ref missed that. Seems like Falsebay was like,
Oh,
oh,
beautiful
looking
turn.
early. Oh, if that would have gone over that defender's head, we would have been singing a different song now.
Oh, yeah. Falsebay building.
Falsebay doing a bit of skill.
Opportunity out wide now. He just needs to find his man and give ball here. Don't slow the attack down.
Oh, he manages to keep the ball.
Nice. Better ball in, but good strength there from the Falsebay midfielder. Nice little dink. That's a ball behind. And there is that second goal. Onside. And we're sitting at 4-2. This game has opened wide up.
Suddenly it seems like there's hope for Falsebay.
In the cup, they did this. And the prospects took it.
And Falsebay Ben's yelling remontada. It means to come from behind.
V-Chaster trying to slow play down now on the Falsebay half, trying to build this attack, but running out of men, running out of
Moving it long,
options.
and he's trying to find the winger again. Oh, and did he beat his
Oh,
player?
Falsebay with a nice
Trying
opportunity here,
to
coming from the
contest
left
the handball.
again, beating his man.
And
There are
Williams
options
reaches
on the
back.
right.
He sends it.
Finally!
He scores! He scores!
Finally! Everyone goes mad.
It
It's
seems
all on.
he's managing to turn things around.
I love
Is
this
this
game!
the impact of the Falsebay bench? Should they have brought that guys on long time already? And it certainly seems like remontada. And that was an awesome
V-Chaster
ball from Brian
seriously
Williams.
rattled her. That's about calmness. There we go. Just building the attack slowly. Sive
That
holding.
seems like it was onside. The linesman says nothing.
Opportunity.
Almost,
Fantastic
almost.
strike from Sive there. He needed to go to the far post though. He needed to put the keeper down.
To do that.
He needed to keep it low.
And another pair of fresh legs coming on. When it seemed like there was no hope, Falsebay certainly seems to be creating chances.
4-3, V-Chaster leading. Falsebay looking for that equalizer right now. Big long ball forward. Oh, and another opportunity potentially here.
Again wide.
V-Chaster defense trying to seal this out, doing a
Oh,
lot
and he
on that
beats his
line.
man. Oh, and there seems to be working the line. They're working the line.
Looking for the transition, but it's getting sticky in midfield here. And there's a mishit
Oh.
ball and a possible counter opportunity here for Falsebay. They landed. Strike
Oh.
from range. Probably should have gone to feet there.
I also think you should have sent that ball wide.
Just are going to try and take this thing out of this game and delay things. That ref is going to keep an eye on it though, and that is a total shank from the keeper. Ball straight out of play.
But what you don't want to do is try to waste time, and when you look again, you need the time and it won't be on your side.
Exactly. Another missed header on defense from V-Chaster. That makes it the third this half.
It seems like the Falsebay coach had with him certainly worked at halftime.
It certainly seems like it. I think, as you called though, that first goal was everything.
Yes,
When they got
they
that goal,
definitely
they
needed that
came
bit of confidence.
alive.
Yeah, you see there, if you're taking a corner, you need a player at the near post. There was no one at the near post, and you need a man to distract the keeper.
More time wasting here from the V-Chaster keeper. Have about 12 minutes left by my watch, maybe a bit more. And another shank.
And does he keep it in?
Unlucky.
Oh.
Fourth header missed in a row there for Vichester. All
Do you think the
cycled
keeper
nicely.
should try sending the ball down the middle rather?
Absolutely. I think Falsebay defense opens quite wide in order to achieve that high pressure. The opportunity sits in the half space channels.
They have another opportunity. Oh, and he breaks him. Oh, nice slide from the defender. And you can spot Vichester, they have forwards. They're a bit bigger than the Falsebay defenders. There it goes. Oh, and it's a battle of pace.
Great
It's a
pace
battle of
shown
pace.
there by Sive,
Oh,
but fantastically worked by the Falsebay defender who slips under his arm.
that's awesome
Start with that
defensive
ball.
work. Cleared the ball to safety.
Manchester slowing things down again. Falsebay get an easy reclaim there. And look for a very speculative ball forward. That probably needed to go into
Did not
midfield
find the
first.
gap. I also think they should have built up the play, built the phases.
Opportunity here for Vichester though.
2 versus 3.
Leroy, huge strike. What a save. What a clearance.
Nice recovery from Falsebay.
All of these little victories, these little moments are going to feed into Falsebay, are going to give them strength.
They would want to be getting as much of the players as forward as possible. It seems the ref has a problem with the bench of Vichester.
We're seeing a card here, a red card. A red card for one of the Vichester technical staff. He's ejected from the game.
It seems the ref clearly had enough of it.
He's escorted out. He'll be watching the rest of this from the stands. Good
But
ball
these
forward.
high intensity games can certainly get the nerves high.
This ball needs to get released wide. Opportunity gone.
On the turn.
Vichester getting more and more desperate, more and more defensively locked in. Nice little development from
And
Falsebay. They have an opportunity out wide if they can get on it.
Is he going to send him? Or does he turn back?
Lucky another slip. We've seen a number of those today. It's unusual on this turf to see the players sliding around so much.
And it has been raining. It's not weird.
I think these guys are just throwing so much into it. It just means that much to all of them.
They want to win.
Nice flick on from Sive there. And it does fall for Vichester. Get a ball forward from the
Decided to send it down the middle.
Vichester goalkeeper. Nice delicate development here from Falsebay. They just need to settle this.
Skill display. And they gave the ball away hopelessly. Falsebay.
And that's just going to slow the game down, clog things up again. This keeper knows to hang on as long as is needed. See that this ref is thinking about brandishing a card at some point for this delay, but
Oh, they signed it on the rule. It is illegal now. Oh, when we heard, it's clashed there. But I want to say to all the fans, spectators who came out today, they can certainly say what's meaningful.
exactly. It looked like it was going to be a wash in the first half, but wow, have we got a game now.
And that is that never dies spirit of Falsebay you mentioned earlier. Falsebay managed to snap a point from the game at least.
Big
Because
forward
it will
delivery.
certainly mean a lot to them.
Oh, it
From
will.
4-0 down.
It will.
Falsebay
Short
players
exchange.
putting their bodies on the line.
Falsebay come away with it. Nice flick inside.
Oh,
Must win here, or else
nice
V-Chaster
header.
have got an opportunity. Got a lot of scrappy ball right now. Both teams trying to find the space to bring it down. And Leroy settles affairs out on the left wing for V-Chaster. But it's straight back to Falsebay. It's been quick exchanges in this period.
He sends it in. He sends it in. Oh, and what a waste of a chance again. But for the last few minutes, it seems like it's been Falsebay that has been asking all the questions in this game.
Oh, absolutely.
Despite being 4-0 down, I think these players, they're showing real character today.
They have. Will this mountain just be too high to climb? 4-3, V-Chaster leading on the attack now.
Oh, we should have tried to get
That
that ball
was
forward.
studs up. Apologies all round. Good sportsmanship. But those studs were high, and that is going to hurt.
You can see the player is apologetic about it.
Falsebay with loads of space out on the right.
Is he going to try to find his man wide?
Looks like they're loading for a little bit of a bomb. Header falls to Falsebay if they can do something. No, they're going to leave it for the corner. They're obviously backing that height again.
It's going to be interesting to see what set piece they go with here.
They've had two corners so far this game. Both have gone hard and low to the near post. I think they need to lift this. They need to get it into the penalty spots. They need to use their height. They need to bully with their shoulders a little. Another near post.
But
I
there you
think
could
that's
see there was a player at the near post this time.
I just think Falsebay don't realize the advantage they have in there.
True, true. They seem to win the majority of the aerial battles.
V-Chaster developing nicely, but Sive is
Oh.
definitely offside there. Apparently not.
That says nothing. Oh,
And a wasted ball into the far post. Falsebay keeper launching things forward.
time.
The second ball is going to fall to Falsebay again.
Sends
Nice
it
ball
down.
in behind, and there's
Sends it-
pace here.
It's over! It's over! Oh.
Unlucky. The keeper gets his hands to it, but what a break. And what pace from Falsebay out in the wide areas. Really hunting that equalizer.
V-Chaster keeper has definitely been busy.
Very much so.
And we're going to try to waste more time, yeah?
That result still 4-3 for those who are only just tuning in. Falsebay chasing the equalizer. V-Chaster desperately trying to defend their lead.
Oh, wide.
Another more direct, good contribution from the left wing back. 45 into the box, no one is there. Seems not, and it seems we're going to play on. I like that actually. We need to see the game move at this point. Well handled by the Falsebay midfield, looking wide. Opportunity found, lovely touch and control. Oh, gliding inside. What?
Well.
That was a lot.
I think that's as good as it can be. You don't want to be missing those. The crowd is certainly alive now.
That right wing sold 3 V-Chester players for a bag of chips and a cool drink. That was something else. That was a real while you're up moment.
He definitely brought his skill and expertise into the game. As a player coming from the Ubuntu Academy, you would expect nothing less. Oh, and the player seems to be lumping down or falls there.
Oh, that's a real problem because he has been essential for them.
It's been phenomenal today.
Really clean, really important in that midfield, keeping the ball circulating, winning the aerial duels. This is really sad to see him being carried off the field, clearly in a lot of pain.
And he certainly deserves the standing ovation.
So this should be an injury enforced change, but I don't actually know if Falsebay have anything left in the pocket here. They might have used their 5 subs.
And it seems they have 10 players on the field. Are they going to continue with the 10? They have nothing to lose with the clock running down. All they can do is attack.
Wow, Falsebay are going to try and do this a man down. That might be the inspiration that V-Chaster needs. Seaver out wide, plays an inside option at the far post. It's Magic Man. And he hammers it home. What a finish. That is stunning play from Leroy out on the left. He has been the difference maker this game. Then early in that first half, he was squandering possession in his own half of the field. He pulled his socks up, he got into it, and wow, has he been a difference maker since then?
That is the defender simply gave him too much. Still,
It's just man down, pushing too hard, and you can see the Falsebay players are gutted.
truly are. They truly are. And it seems VGS caught him off guard with that one.
Real credit needs to go to their midfielder who just picked that ball up, drew the defense, knew where to look, went back out wide, calm, quick, didn't waste time with skill, kept the ball moving, got it from one side to the other. And for a defense, that's horrible. Having to adjust left to right, left to right, left to right.
That was a brilliant effort from the goalkeeper, sticking to basics, rolling the ball, cutting in, and taking the shot.
Real hard struck near post effort as well. That was an impressive finish.
He definitely wanted to make sure. How much time do you think is left in this game?
I think we're looking at the last few minutes now. By my watch, we should be down to the last 2 or 3.
A few minutes ago, Falsebay needed an equalizer, and now they need to score 2 goals. It's time on this side, and they pull a rabbit out of an hat.
5-3 to V-Chester, deep in the second half.
Manchester certainly going to the next game with lots of confidence,
Yeah.
knowing they beat the people that's second on the log.
After that really rough handling by Lijabatu, I think they needed this. They wanted it. They were ready to fight hard for it.
And it definitely worked for it. Oh, almost intercepted by Amo of Falsebay.
Actually, one of my.
Is the keeper gonna take it? commend the Falsebay players. They didn't give up. They almost came from behind.
They really had V-Chaster rattled. For a brief period there, they had them seriously rattled.
If only they could have used the chances that they had early in the game. Which they certainly had plenty
Big
of.
pressure. Well done
Oh,
by that Falsebay
that
defender, that
defender
number
had
6.
lots of confidence. I thought he was going to send it back to the keeper.
Yeah, ball out.
The V-Chaster bench is certainly vocal. And the ref approaching the linesman. As a V-Chaster bench, you certainly don't want to be bothering the ref a lot. You should leave him, let him do his work. Oh, is that a handball? The ref says nothing. Accepted by Amo from Falsebay. And he's trying to do a bit of skill. Oh! If this was rugby, that would have been a good shot.
Just seeing this game out now. Big ball forward. This is route 1. Slow it down, seal it out kind of stuff. Nice play by Falsebay to get around his man.
Oh no. Linesman managed. Linesman lifted his flag.
Wry smile from the linesman there. He knows how close that was.
Almost came alive for Falsebay again. And an overthrow it is. Or foul throw, I'm sorry.
Falsebay calm, needing to develop this clearly and slowly. Don't go too fast, don't go too direct. Focus on winning those second balls. V-Chaster sealing it out with some magnificent defending, actually.
That defender has certainly been spectacular today. Amo's going to try to put one of his players in the box.
First delivery that they've put beyond the near post and very nearly opportunity from it. That's what I was talking about. Put it in the mix, make that keeper uncomfortable, use your height, get to the fast stick.
To work.
Lovely work there. Great strike and a good save. for the V-Chaster
Falsebay
keeper.
seems to be knocking on V-Chaster's door.
They're coming back. That is a question mark for a handball in the clearance, but it looks like Falsebay will get away with only a corner on this one. Good. Delivery to the far post again, reclaimed nicely. Opportunities.
Oh.
Unlucky. This needs to go backwards fast and hard. There's going to be a lot to do if he tries to wriggle out of this, but he does almost manage it. Fortunately, V-Chaster spin the possession right back.
Had to do it all by himself.
Lovely crossfield ball for the left wing back from Falsebay. Working line well.
Out Brian Williams.
Pushing that attack nicely, but
Almost.
sliding out, losing his balance at the crucial moment.
When taking the throw in backwards, certainly don't want to be doing that when you desperately need a goal. Oh, and safety first from the V-Chaster player.
And what you haven't seen is that ball landed squarely on the technical area where all of the equipment for the live stream is. So if you're having any live streaming disruptions at this point, that's because we think that red ball might have got into the power socket that is feeding all of the equipment. So slight drama on the sidelines here, but Falsebay.
But we are fortunate to still be here with you guys.
Falsebay with another corner. Hopefully they test that far post again, and they have put it in the mix. Opportunity header
Almost.
and off the crossbar and out. This is what I was talking about. They need to test them at the penalty spot.
Most definitely, I think they need to try to get the ball wide more often, try and send it into the box. Is you on side? The flag stays down. Safety first from the
Clearance from
defender.
Falsebay there. And Siva has dropped all the way into the center of defense. V-Chaster have shifted their structure to play with a back five, just trying to soak up this pressure at this point with two strikers up top, playing for that hard counter.
So it seems like the underdogs will prevail in this game.
Seems like it. Safe hands in the end. Keeper with a lovely in-spinning distribution, bouncing behind V-Chaster defensive line.
Oh,
Sadly, no product there. V-Chaster keeper now trying to play for time.
it's definitely clever play.
Strong shoulder there from Falsebay. Totally fair challenge. Ball back, needing opportunities at the far post, and running out.
He almost managed to beat his man. Keeper saved the ball from a corner.
Ball forward from V-Chaster. Again, just looking to test, constantly test. Leroy on the ball, and it looks like he gets it. Hovering nicely. Oh my goodness!
Did the keeper think that is
Keeper,
going past the
keeper
post?
got his lines completely wrong there, but what play from that V-Chaster midfielder. He covered the ball well. He kept the defender off. He disguised the shot, and then it's the simplest pass into the bottom right-hand corner. That makes this a 3-goal deficit. 6-3 to V-Chaster. What a game of football.
And it's quite ironic. Falsebay won 6-3 earlier in the week.
Yes. You can just see the Falsebay heads are starting to drop a little bit now.
Yeah, it seems like morale definitely went down a bit. But That was very poor from the keeper. You cannot be taking such chances doing ball watching.
He had the time and space to get down and make the save.
And the ball just rolled into the post. Oh, Brian closing it
Falsebay
down.
pressing
And they lose
hard.
the ball.
V-Chaster coming away with it again. Just looking to play for time. Back to the keeper for V-Chaster. Oh, who takes a huge
Oh, and he fouled the keeper.
risk.
But the ref says nothing.
Nothing. And that
Unfortunately,
is
managed
going
get
to
the goal
be
in. But is it too late?
absolutely, it's a consolation goal. But that does bring the result to 6-4. 2 goals in it. And honestly, it's about time that the V-Chaster keeper got punished for taking liberties at the back there. Because as much as I admire his ability to delay, slow the game down, he was also taking chances that no keeper should be taking.
Most definitely. Quite frankly, I thought he was going to stay down a bit longer now. Push for time.
Oh, and he's incensed. I don't think he has any argument there. He lost that challenge fair and square.
Definitely.
And that's game.
And that's the final whistle. 6-4.
What a game.
Chester.
6-4. V-Chaster moving up into 3rd place on the log now with that result. 4th place on the log. What a result it is for them.
Seems like Falsebay would have to go back to the drawing board.
All right, yeah, we've got Leroy with us. He's going to give us a little chat after that game. What a win! How many goals did you get in the end?
I scored 3 goals and
3
2
goals.
assists.
Oh,
Jeepers.
It was a spectacular
The
game.
man himself, eh?
Man of the match.
It
What
was
can I say?
fantastic. No, it was really impressive. How much does that result mean for you guys, though, given the result you had midweek last week against Itabato?
I'd like to say, being against Lisabatu was, I could say, made some of us upset. Some of us put our heads down because the thing is, we're fighting for the league, we're fighting for promotion. My thing is, the more we win, the more we have a shot at actually winning the league. And as it's the final game of the first semester, we'd like to close it that way.
And strong. Good. No, that's well done, eh? And well done today.
Well
Cheers.
done, well done. Try to get one of the Falsebay players.
Turning broken hearts.
So,
Just all over the
Man of the match definitely gets his ball. Ayarize, you seem to be dominating. You still have chances, and then you strayed seriously. And then for a moment, it seemed like you came alive again. What halftime chat did the coach have with you, and how did it impact you? Man?
we continue with our plan. So that's what that's.
So this is your first loss of the season. So with what attitude are you going into the next game?
Let's say a simple question. Going to the next game, we must come with the improved attitude that this one so that we can gain some points.
Most definitely, most definitely. And this is the last game for the semester.
Yes, yes, yes.
When will you guys be playing again?
I will play in fish.
So you can catch ammo from Falsebay Vs campus. The tournament is starting the 29th, if I'm correct. On 30th. Yes, so you can catch today's man of the match, Amo, live again on the 30th, next weekend, Friday, on at Fisher campus. So if you're not staying and you have nothing better to do, come down to the tournament. So, Amo, great game. You should enjoy. And don't forget to take your ball home. Sure, sure.